Good afternoon. Seems like we are live. We can launch our session. Today we have a session of the official commission of competition to the chair of the search of assets, Wolf Barman, Angelika Grusan, Serhiy But, Angelika Letshakova, Lina Lushenko, and Rita Samush are present, the members of the commission. So we can start this session. And I propose the following issues for our agenda. In the first place, the issue of whether to allow the candidates to the further stages of the competition, and secondly, our next steps, the dates of testing, organizational things that are related to the further stages of this competition. If our colleagues agreed with the agenda, then please vote. Do you agree with this agenda? Wolf?
Yes, I agree.
Дякую. Пан Сергій Бут?
Я за.
Пані Анжеліко?
Згодна.
Thank you,
Пані
Serhiy.
Валентино?
I agree.
Я теж
I
підтримую,
agree.
відповідно. І пані Ріто?
And I agree too. And Rita?
Yes, I agree.
Дякую всім. Пані Анжеліко?
Thank you, everyone. For this protocol, it's important. 6 voted for, no votes against. The decision is taken unanimously. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, the most important part of this session is considering the papers and voting for the candidates. Among of those who submitted the full package of documents to the Commission. And so we need to decide whether to allow them to the further stages of the competition. As discussed in previous sessions, we received 20 packages from candidates who were willing to take part in the competition. And we actively studied their documents and we reached out to them in order to be able to get as full as possible, their package of documents as full as possible. And now we need to decide on the participation of certain individuals in the further stages of the competition. We can follow the alphabet here in order not to reinvent the wheel, and I will call out the surname of the candidate. I will comment on any shortcomings, any gaps in their package, and in case commission members have any comments or questions to make, then please go ahead. If not, then we can move to voting for a particular candidate. So number 1 is Kostyantin Bratitsello. So regarding this candidate, he submitted a full package of documents as per the law and as per the competition. However, the commission members, you can still make any comments, any questions. If necessary, you can voice your opinion whether this candidate, Kostyantin Bratitsello, submitted the full package of documents. If there are no objections or comments, then we can vote for this candidate officially. So do we as commission members vote to give this candidate, Kostyantin Bratitsello, possibility to participate in the further stages of the competition?
Пан Вульф, ваш голос.
Wolf, please, your vote.
Yes, everything is fine. I'm voting with yes, accept him.
Дякую дуже. Пане Сергію.
Thanks so much. Serhiy,
Голосую за.
I vote for this
Пані
candidate.
Голосую
Angelica,
за.
Пані
I
Валентина.
vote for him.
Голосую за.
I
Я
vote
теж
for him.
голосую за. І пані
I
Ріто.
also vote for him. And Rita,
I also vote for.
Дуже дякую, пані Анжеліко.
thanks so much. Angelica votes for Костянтин Братицел to be permitted in the further stages of the competition. 6, no objections, decision taken unanimously. Thank you so much. Then the next candidate is Yaroslav Vorobyov. Yaroslav Vorobyov, as per the preliminary assessment of his package, has certain issues as to the documents he provided. His the certification, his degree, his diploma, and he has a degree in international relations, not in economic field, which is required. Here, he's not eligible as per the law. Also, he has not submitted documents proving his 5-year professional experience in economic or legal profession, and the commission turned to Yaroslav, asking him to provide additional documents within the possible deadline, but we still do not have these two papers from this candidate to state that Yaroslav Vorobyov has provided us the full package of documents. And based on that, the question is to the commission members. Do you have any other comments or questions regarding this candidate? Or shall we proceed to voting? Because I cannot see any comments, then let us move on to voting. So, Yaroslav Vorobyov, this candidate has not provided the full package of documents and therefore cannot be allowed to participate in the following stages of the competition. If you agree with this statement, then let us vote. Wolf?
Yes, I'm sorry that we have to reject him, but I'm voting with yes. Sorry.
Дякую, дякую, пане Вульф. Пану Сергію.
Thank you, Serhiy.
Так, я погоджуюся з тим, що
Yes, I agree
даний кандидат
that this candidate
так.
cannot move to the following stages of the competition. Angelica?
Так, я погоджуюсь, що він не
I
може
agree that he cannot be allowed to participate in the competition further. Thank you. Valentina?
Так, погоджуюся, що
Yes, I agree that this candidate cannot be allowed to participate in the competition further. Thank you. Me too. I agree that his package is not full enough, so he cannot participate in the competition further. And Rita, please.
I agree for the fact that the candidate's diploma is in an area that is not the one provided for the competition. So yes, I also vote for.
Дуже вам дякую, пані Анжеліко.
Thank you so much. And Angelica?
Шановні колеги, якщо можна, я
Dear
трішечки
colleagues, I will try to reword the statement. Whether to allow Yaroslav Vorobyov, whether to allow him to participate in the competition. Everyone is against allowing Yaroslav Vorobyov
Зрозуміло? Немає
to participate in the
питань?
competition,
Ні, дуже
and
дякую, пані
no
Ольго.
objections.
Якщо є
Decision
питання,
taken
будь ласка,
unanimously.
пане
Whether you have questions to Angelica, if you have questions, then please voice them. If not, then we can proceed. So the Commission has taken a unanimous decision on banning Yaroslav Vorobyov from participating in the competition. Thank you. The next participant candidate is Vitaly Derpak. Regarding Vitaly Derpak, he has submitted a full package of documents based on our analysis, and therefore we have not requested any additional documents, and currently we propose that he should be allowed to participate in the further stages of the competition for the position of the chair of ARMA. Any comments, questions, and proposals? If not, then let us move on and vote. So the same, dear Commission members, is it yes? Is your answer yes, no, or I refrain from answering regarding the candidature of Vitaly Derpak in this competition? Are we allowing him or not? Wolf?
Yes, we should allow him, and my vote is yes.
Дуже вам дякую. Пан Сергій.
Thank you so much, Serhiy.
Так, я голосую за.
Yes, I vote to allow Vitaly Derpak to participate in the further stages of the competition. Angelica, I vote for his participation in the competition. Valentina, I support it. I vote for Vitaly Derpak's participation in the competition. I also vote to let Vitaly Derpak participate in this competition. And Rita?
Дякую, пані Ріто. Тоді можемо переходити
Thank you,
до
Rita.
наступного
And then we can
кандидата.
transition to the next.
Ой, пані,
Could I?
вибачте, будь ласка, пані.
I'm sorry, Angelica. You have the floor.
За допуск до участі в
Uh,
конкурсі пана
the answer yes
за 6 членів
to allow
проти
Vitaly Derpak to
немає.
participate in the competition. 6, no objections. Decision taken unanimously. Thank you. So let us not hurry up too much. Then next participant is Mykola Drozd.
Щодо пана Дрозда,
Regarding Mykola
серед
Drozd,
документів, які він надіслав на
among
розгляд
the
комісії,
documents that he has submitted for the Commission's consideration, there is no candidate's declaration for this position for the respective year. Then in the application for consent to have their information checked, he said that he is not obliged to submit such a consent, and the form that was submitted was not in line with the form required. Then medical certificate provided by Drozdov was issued on the territory of the United States of America and is not in line with the form required by the competition and published in the announcement of the competition, and therefore is not in line with the requirements of the competition. Mykola Drozd failed to provide a certificate confirming his proficiency in Ukrainian, and he had possibility to send it as a follow-up until January 28th, and Mykola responded that he would not make it within this time frame, and there are no documents confirming Mykola Drozd's managerial experience as required by the law on ARMA, and the information in his work record
релевантного професійного та
does not confirm the relevant managerial work experience. Therefore, I propose that we state the fact that Mikola Drost failed to provide all the documents required by the competition and therefore cannot be allowed to participate in the further stages of the competition. However, before voting, whether Commission members have any comments, questions, and observations to make regarding this particular candidate? If there are none, then let us vote. Do you agree that Mikola Drost can participate in the competition for the position of the chair of ARMA? Wolf?
Yes, we have to reject this proposal, so I'm sorry, but I'm voting with yes.
Тобто ви голосуєте,
So you
щоб
vote
не проходив далі, правильно?
to disallow him to participate in the competition.
Дякую.
Okay.
Пане Сергію.
Serhiy?
Я голосую проти,
I vote
щоб пан
to
Дрозд,
disallow Mikola Drost to participate in the
Дуже
competition.
вам дякую.
Thank you so
Пане
much.
Анжеліко.
Angelica?
Я голосую проти допуску пані
I
Дрозд.
vote against Mikola Drost's participation in the competition. Valentina? So, because of the lack of the documents required by law, I vote against Mikola Drost's participation in the competition.
Дякую. Я
Thank
так
you.
само теж голосую проти того, щоб
I
пан
also
Дрозд
vote
був
against
конкурсі.
Mikola Drost's
І пані
participation
Ріта,
in the
будь ласка,
competition. And Rita, your vote?
First of all, for transparency, I would like to say that I am connected to this applicant on LinkedIn. We have no personal or professional connection, and this doesn't affect my impartiality. But anyway, for transparency, I would like to state this. Having said this, I also vote against, mainly because some of the key documents seem to be missing, particularly the declaration for authorization to perform state functions. Thank you.
Мгм. Дуже вам дякую, пані Ріто. Пані Анжеліко.
Thank you so much. And Angelica?
Дякую. Отже, щодо
Thank you.
допуску
So,
участі в конкурсі пані Дрозда
regarding Mikola Drost's participation in the competition, there are 6 members who voted against his participation in the competition, no votes for, and the decision is taken unanimously. Thank you so much.
Наступний, тоді переходимо до
And
наступного
next we have
це Віктор Дубовик.
Victor Dubovik.
Серед всіх документів,
Among
які
all
надіслав нам
the documents that he has sent for the Commission's consideration, we have the full package of documents from this candidate, and therefore I propose that we vote for his participation in the competition. Any comments, questions, observations to make, colleagues? If none, then let's move on to voting. Wolf, please.
Yes, I agree. I'm voting with yes.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Я
Serhiy,
голосую за проходження
I vote
пана
for
Дубовика.
Victor Dubovik participation in the competition. Angelica?
Я голосую за допуск.
I vote for Victor Dubovik participation in the competition. Valentina?
Я також голосую за.
Me too. I also vote for Victor Dubovik participation
Пан Дубовика у конкурсі. Голосую за.
in the competition. I vote
Я теж від себе
yes.
голосую
I
за
also vote
подальшу участь пана Дубовика.
yes for the
І
Victor
пані Ріта.
Dubovik participation. And Rita?
I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко, вам
Uh,
слово.
Отже,
Thank you so much,
за
Angelica.
допуск пана Дубовика
So to
Віктора
allow
Дубовика
Viktor Dubovik participation in the competition, 6 members voted for. No objections. Thank you so much, Angelica. Then let's move on to the next candidate.
Володимир Когут. Проте сьогодні буквально
So the next candidate is Volodymyr Kohut, but basically, as early as today, we received a special request from this candidate who asked us to terminate his participation in the selection. He decided not to proceed with his candidateship to become the head of ARMA. So basically, we would need to skip this candidate. The only thing is that perhaps this request was sent to us in official forms with his electronic signature, so I don't see the need for us to discuss his follow-up participation or his non-participation. So if all of the members of the committee agree to accept his special statement and request, we can move to the next candidate. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next candidate is Madame Yaroslava Maximenko. Madame Maximenko, as far as the end of the final timeline for the turning in the documents, she has submitted the complete set of the document which is required by the law and with the special announcement for this selection competition. So I propose that we would support Madame Maximenko in the follow-up stages of our selection of competition. So colleagues, do you have any comments, feedback, suggestions or questions regarding this candidate? Thank you. Well, in this case, we would like to announce this voting for the fact whether we support, whether we are against, or we abstain from allowing Madame Maximenko to participate in the other stages for the leadership of ARMA. Mr. Wolf, how about your vote?
My vote is yes, no problem.
Дуже дякую. Пане Сергію.
Thank you very much, Mr. Serhiy.
Так, продовжуючи
Yes, as we continue the culture of transparency, I would like to indicate as well that I had an experience of cooperation with Madame Maximenko within one company that hired us, and also during her work on the position in the Ministry of Economy. I have familiarized myself with the package of the documents, and I do vote in support of allowing the candidate Madame Maximenko to be also, passed to the next stages of our selection. Okay, let us finish this voting, but I will get back to you with this question of potential conflict of interest. So, Madame Angelica, how about you? How do you vote? I do support the admission of Madame Maximenko to the next steps of our selection. Madame Valentina.
Я також підтримую
I would also want to support the participation of Madame Maximenko
конкурсі. Голосую.
in the next stages of the selection. My vote is yes.
Я відповідно теж
As far as myself, I also do support, and I vote yes for the participation of Madame Maximenko in the selection. And Madame Rita?
I also vote for.
Дякую.
Wonderful.
Я маю уточнити.
Well, in this case, let me just clarify this one thing. Since Mr. Sergey raised the question of the potential conflict of interest considering the fact that they work for one company, Mr. Sergey, would you like to claim of your self refusal from continuation, or do you see no grounds for that? I do not see any reasons for self-recusal, so I am just gonna confirm that I will vote to support the candidate in the follow-up stages. At the same time, if other colleagues from this commission, if you have any other thoughts, I am ready to discuss that with you. Thank you. Yes, I needed to clarify that, but I would suggest that we would go all the way till the end of this thing for the candidates, and if necessary, we'll get back to this question and we'll talk about a few more words about the conflict of interest. Perhaps there would be some more candidates with who potentially the members of the commission might have the conflict of interest.
Тоді, пані Анжеліко.
In this case, Madam Angelica,
За
the floor is
участь у
yours.
конкурсі пані Ярославу
Well,
Максименко
in
за
order
6
to
членів
allow
комісії, проти
participation
утримались немає.
of Madam
Рішення
Maximenko,
прийнято.
we have unanimous decision supporting her.
Тоді переходимо
So
до
thank you very much. We'll
наступного
move to the next candidate. Next candidate or next applicant who turned their document to us is Mr. Rostislav Manchenko. Mr. Rostislav sent to us the complete set of the documents that is required. So my proposal is to admit Mr. Rostislav to the next stages of the selection competition, perhaps, unless you colleagues have got any concerns or proposals or questions. If no, that I would suggest that we go straight to voting. So whether you support, whether you non-support, or whether you abstain from allowing Mr. Yaroslav Manchenko to next stages of participation in the selection. Mr. Wolf.
Yes, I support it and I'm voting with yes.
Дуже вам дякую, пан Сергій.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Так,
Serhiy.
я голосую за
Yes, I vote to admit Mr. Manchenko to the next stages of our selection. Thank you, Madam Angelica.
За участь пана
I
Максименка у конкурсі.
vote for the participation of Mr. Manchenko in the selection. Madam Valentina, yes, I am supporting and my voice is yes to allow Mr. Manchenko to the next stages of our selection.
Дякую, я теж,
As for myself, I'm also supportive and my vote yes to allow Mr. Manchenko to the next stages. We also have Madam Rita. How about your voice?
I also vote for.
Дякую.
Thank you.
Пані Анжеліко, вам слово.
Madam Angelica, floor is yours.
За участь
So,
пана
to
Манченка
allow
Ростислава
Mr.
у
Vanchenko
конкурсі,
Rostislav in the
членів
competition,
комісії
6
за,
members of the
проти
commission
утримались
voted
немає.
for.
Рішення
The
прийнято.
nobody abstained,
Дякую.
nobody voted no. Another unanimous decision. Thank you.
Наступний кандидат в нас пан
Next
Ян
candidate is
Мілевський.
Mr. Jan Milevsky.
Щодо
Regarding
наданих
the
документів,
completeness of the set of the documents required, we do have certain concerns. He turned in some documents that talk about his education with the title Management of Organizations and Administration, which is not high legal or economic degree as required by the law. Also, he did not turn in the declaration, e-declaration for the year 2024, as it was required by the requirements of this selection. And also, as for this time, we do not have any documents regarding the knowledge of the foreign language, which is an official language for the Council of Europe. And we don't have the document of also mastering the national language, even though our deadline for turning in that certificate is February 28, but nevertheless, I have to mention that. And the last thing is that he failed to provide sufficient proofs or certain documents regarding his period of experience, professional experience, and also his managerial experience. So therefore, we fail to verify and confirm that he complies the requirements regarding 3 years of leadership and 5 years of experience as a professional. I also need to mention that Mr. Milevsky sent a letter to the President of Ukraine and to the Commission that he thinks that we delay and stretch the timelines for the competition. For instance, he thinks that we are too selective regarding the knowledge of foreign language, that he considers such knowledge does not need to be confirmed with the specific documents. Nevertheless, in that very same letter, he did not attach any additional documents that are required by the law or by the special announcement of this selection. from those people who are willing to participate in the selection. Therefore, I need to note, to inform you that there was such a letter that we as a commission received. Nevertheless, we consider the question of admission or not admission of this particular candidate to the follow-up stages of the competition on the foundation of the documents that were already turned in. And as for today, Mr. Milensky failed to provide the complete set of documents. Therefore, my proposal is that we do not allow Mr. Milevsky to participate in the next stages of the selection, since his application is not compatible with a complete set of requirements for the legislation. So, colleagues, do you have any questions, comments, or anything, or proposals? So I would suggest that I would suggest to announce this voting, whether you support, not support, or you abstain from voting regarding the follow-up continuation in the selection for leadership at ARMA, Mr. Jan Milevsky. So, Mr. Wolf, what do you vote for, please?
So the documents are incomplete, and that means that we have to reject him, and this is what I'm voting for.
Дуже вам дякую. Пане Сергію.
Thank you very much, Mr. Serhiy. My vote is against participation of Jan Milevsky in the selection. Thank you. Madam Angelica, I vote against the participation of Mr. Jan Milevsky in the selection. Madam Valentina, due to the fact that certain documents that are required by the law are missing, I have to vote against the future participation of Mr. Milevsky Jan in the selection. That's why I vote against. In my turn, I also vote against the participation of Mr. Jan Milevsky and Madame Rita.
I also vote against, especially because some key documents are missing, and I would emphasize the authorization to perform state functions, which, as we know, is according to the law a key element for the eligibility of the candidates. Thank you.
Дякую. Так,
Дякую.
декларація не подана
Thank you.
кандидатом.
Yes, the declaration was not turned by candidate. Madame Angelica, the floor is yours. Regarding the participation in the selection of Mr. Milevsky against this participation, 6 members of the commission and 0 supported and 0 abstained. Therefore, the decision is made not to allow Mr. Milevsky to continue in the selection. So thank you very much, Madam Angelica. We will go to the next applicant. We'll talk about Mr. Volodymyr Murza. He has turned in the complete set of the necessary documents. We don't have any questions to him regarding the comprehensiveness of the package of the documents. Therefore, I would suggest that we do allow him, do admit him to the next stages of the selections. Colleagues, do you have any questions, concerns, or comments? So we announce the voting, whether you are against, whether you are supporting, or whether you abstain regarding the fact of future participation of Mr. Volodymyr Murza or Murzi. Pardon me if I have not pronounced the surname correctly, regarding participation of this gentleman in the next stages of the selection. Mr. Wolf, how do you vote?
Yes, that's easy. I'm voting with yes. Let him participate.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Mr. Serhiy,
Я голосую за те, щоб
I vote
пан Володимир
to
Мурза
allow Mr. Volodymyr Murza as a candidate to be also admitted to the next stages. Madam Angelica, I vote to allow Mr. Murz Volodymyr in the selection.
Пані Валентино.
Madam Valentina, with the consideration of the fact that Mr. Murza have turned all of the necessary documents required by the law, I support his application to the next stages of the selection. On my behalf, I also want to say yes, I do support Mr. Murza to go into the next stages. And Madame Rita?
I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
Thank you, Madam
Отже,
Angelica.
за участь
Therefore,
пана Моржа
to support the
Володимира
participation of
Володимировича,
Mr.
членів
Vurja
комісії
Volodymyr in the selection, 6 members of the commission, nobody abstained, nobody was against, another unanimous decision. Thank you, Madam Angelica. Next candidate is Dmytro Nikitin. He also have turned in the comprehensive set of the documents, and therefore, if there are no concerns or comments, I would suggest that we would do our next vote regarding the support or participation or non-support of Mr. Nikitin in the selection for the head of ARMA. Mr. Wolf.
So as the documents are already here, I'm voting with yes.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Thank you very much, Mr. Serhiy.
Так, я голосую
Yes, I do vote to allow Mr. Dmytro Nikitov to the next set of selection stages. Madam Angelica, I vote to allow Mr. Dmytro Nikitin in the selection. Madam Valentina,
Я голосую за.
yes, I vote yes to allow Mr. Nikitin Dmytro to the selection, to allow him to the next stages of our selection. As far as myself, I also vote yes, since the complete documents is there. Madam Rita, how about you?
I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
Madam Angelica,
Отже, щодо участі пана
regarding the
Нікітіна
participation
за
of Mr.
конкурсі,
Dmytro Nikitin
за
in the
6 членів
selection,
комісії,
6 members of commission voted
немає,
yes.
рішення прийнято
There is nobody who said I abstain or no, another unanimous decision. Next applicant, Mr. Yaroslav Novoselov. Regarding him, we received a comprehensive set of the documents, and therefore, if there are no comments, questions, or suggestions, let us have another vote. Do you, as members of the commission, do you vote to support the participation of Mr. Yaroslav Novoselov in the next stages of our selection? Mr. Wolf?
Yes, I support.
Дякую. Пане
Thank you.
Сергію.
Mr. Serhiy?
Так, я голосую за.
Yes, my vote is to allow Mr. Yaroslav Novoselov to the next stages.
Пані Анжеліко.
Я голосую за.
Thank you, Madam
пана
Angelica. I
Новоселова.
vote to allow Mr. Yaroslav Novoselov in the selection. Thank you. Mr. Valentina?
Я голосую
Madam
за
Valentina?
допуск
Yes,
пана
I vote
Ярослава у
yes to
конкурсі.
allow Mr. Yaroslav Novoselov in the next stages of our selection. Thank you. I also support Mr. Yaroslav to keep going into the next stages of our selection. And Madam Rita?
Yes, I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані
Thank you.
Анжеліко.
Madam Angelica.
Отже, щодо участі
And
пана
therefore, regarding the
Ярослава
participation of Mr.
Новоселова,
Yaroslav Novoselov in the selection, 6 members of the commission voted for him, nobody voted against, nobody voted abstained, another unanimous decision. So we can go to the next applicant, and next applicant is Mr. Dmytro Omelchenko. Mr. Omelchenko also have provided to us with on the email of the selection committee the complete set of the documents. All of the documents were there, and therefore, unless there's any objections or concerns, I would suggest that we vote to allow Mr. Dmytro into the next admission to the next stages of the selection. Mr. Wolf?
Yes, I'm voting with yes.
Дякую. Пане Сергій.
Thank you. Mr. Serhiy?
Так, я голосую за допуск пана.
Yes, I vote to allow Mr. Dmytro Omelchenko to the next stages of the selection. Madam Angelica? I vote to admit Mr. Dmytro Omelchenko in the selection. Madam
Я
Valentina?
голосую за
I
допуск
vote to
пана
allow
Омельченка
Mr. Omelchenko to the next stages in the selection. I also vote yes for the follow-up participation of Dmytro Omelchenko and Madam Rita.
I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
Thank you, Madam Angelica. Therefore, regarding the admission of Mr. Dmytro Omelchenko in the selection, 6 members of commission voted for, nobody voted against, nobody voted
Наступний кандидат до обговорення,
abstained. So the unanimous decision. Next candidate is Mr. Sviatoslav Onyshchuk. The situation is the same. Mr. Onyshchuk turned the comprehensive set of the documents, and therefore, if there are no concerns, questions, or comments, I would suggest that we vote for his admission to the next participation or in the competition of this particular applicant, Mr. Wolf.
I support that, and my answer is yes.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Sergey,
Я голосую за допуск
I vote
пана
to allow
Оніщука Святослава в подальших етапах.
Onyshchuk Sviatoslav to participate in the competition. Angelika, I vote to allow Onyshchuk Sviatoslav to participate in the competition. Valentina, I vote to allow Sviatoslav Onyshchuk to participate in the competition. Thank you. I also vote for Sviatoslav Onyshchuk participation in the competition. And Rita,
I also vote for.
Дякую.
thank you. Then Angelika, please.
Щодо допуску до участі у конкурсі
To allow
Англ
Sviatoslav
Англ
Onyshchuk
Англ
participation in the
6
competition are 6 members, against it none, and the decision is taken unanimously. Then let us move on to the next candidate, Andriy Potyomkin. So he submitted a full set of documents and respected the deadline. And just a quick comment, because we did it earlier, for the sake of transparency, I crossed paths with this candidate, but only within the work issues. So I just wanted to say that, and in case candidate mentions that you are aware of that, but because Potyomkin Andriy has submitted a comprehensive set of documents, then let us vote to admit him for this competition. Wolf,
Yes, admit him.
Дякую. Пан Сергій.
Sergey,
Я проголосую за
I vote
нагородження паном Потьомкіним
for
Андрієм участі в
Andriy Potyomkin's participation in the competition. Thank you. Angelika, I vote for Andriy Potyomkin participation in the competition. Thank you, Valentina. I participate for Andriy Potyomkin's participation in the competition. Thank you. I also vote for Andriy Potyomkin's further participation in the competition. And Rita,
I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
thank you. Angelika, to allow Andriy Potyomkin to participate in the competition. There are 6 members of the commission. No objections. The decision is taken unanimously. Thank you. Then the next candidate is Oleg Sirnyak. The same circumstances. He has provided a comprehensive package of documents. If there are no comments or questions, then we can proceed to voting to allow Oleg Sirnyak to participate in the competition. Wolf,
Yes, allow him.
Дякую. Пане Сергій.
Я голосую
Sergey,
за допуск пана
I vote
Англа
for Oleg
Сирняка,
Sirnyak admission
до подальших
to the
етапів.
competition.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
Thank you. Angelika, I vote for Oleg Sirnyak's admission to the competition. Thank you. Valentina,
Голосую за допуск
I
Сирняка
vote
Олега
for Oleg
до
Sirnyak's admission to the competition. Thank you. I also vote for Oleg Sirnyak participation in the competition.
І пані Ріто.
And Rita, please.
I also vote for.
Дуже дякую.
Thank you so much. Angelika. Oleg Sirnyak will participate in the competition. Yes, 6 members, no, none, and the decision is taken unanimously. Thank you. Then we move on to Alexander Stukhanov's candidature, and there are issues around this candidate. In the first place, he failed to provide the consent for special checks by the anti-corruption law, then failed to provide the application on personal data management, and he failed to also submit an application as per Article 6 on purification of power. Then one of his documents was not in line with the form required by the competition. Then there is a lack of some key documents in his package. Because of the lack of these key documents, I suggest that we disallow his participation in the competition, because as of today, he has failed to provide a comprehensive package of documents. There are no questions and observations. Then let us vote. Wolf.
I agree, disallow him to participate.
Дякую. Пане
Thank you. Serhiy, please.
Я голосую проти
I vote
участі
against Alexander Stukanov's
перших етапів
participation in the competition. Thank you. Angelica.
Я голосую проти участі
I
пана
vote
Стуканова
against
Олександра
Alexander
Федорова.
Stukanov's participation in the competition. Valentina.
Враховуючи відсутність документів,
Because of the lack of
я
required documents required by the law, I vote against Alexander Stukhanov participation in the competition. And on my behalf, I also vote against his participation because of an incomprehensive set of documents. And Rita, please.
I also vote against for the same reason. Key documents are missing. Thank you.
Дякую, пані Ріто. Пані Анжеліко.
Thank you, Rita. And Angelica.
Отже, щодо допуску пана Стуканова Олександра
To
у
allow
конкурсі,
Alexander
за
Stukhanov in the
участь у
competition,
конкурсі 0 голосів,
0
проти 6
votes
голосів
yes,
членів комісії,
6
утримались
votes
немає.
no,
Отже, рішення
and
одноголосно прийнято
no
для
member
допуску
refrained from
пана
voting.
Олександра
The
Стуканова.
decision is taken unanimously. Thank you. Then the next candidate is Dmytro Fedorov, and he submitted a full set of documents. He respected the deadline, no issues with this, and in case there are no questions or comments, we can vote for his participation in the competition for the ARMA chair position. Wolf.
Yes, let him participate.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Я
Serhiy.
голосую за проходження
I vote
Дмитра
for
Федорова.
Dmytro Fedorov's participation in the competition.
Я
Angelica.
голосую за участь
I vote
пана
for
Федорова
Dmytro
у
Fedorov's
конкурсі.
participation in the competition. Thank you.
Я
Valentina.
голосую за
I vote
пана
for
Дмитра
Dmytro
участь у
Fedorov's admission to the competition. Thank you. I also vote for Dmytro Fedorov's participation. Full package is here, so he can pass. And Rita, please.
My vote is also in favor.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
And Angelica.
Отже, щодо участі пана Федорова
To
для разового
allow
конкурсу
Dmytro
є
Fedorov to
5
participate in the
членів
competition,
комісії,
there are
проти
6
немає. Рішення
votes
прийнято.
yes from the members, no objections, decision taken unanimously. Thank you. And second to last candidate that sent us his documents is Dmytro Churilov.
So Mr. Dmitro have provided the comprehensive set of the documents as far as required by the commission. So if you have no comments, suggestions or feedbacks, I would like to announce this vote regarding the future admission into the next stages of Mr. Dmitro Churilo. Mr. Wolf, how would you vote here?
So the documents are complete, so I'm voting with yes.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Mr.
Я
Sergey,
голосую за
I
допуск
would like
пана
to
Дмитра
vote
Чурила
to allow
до
Mr.
відбору.
Dmitro Churilov to the next stages of our selection. Madam Angelica, I also vote to allow Mr. Dmitro Churilov to this selection.
Пані Валентино.
Madam Valentina,
Голосую за допуск
I
пана
also want to vote
Чурила
to
до участі
allow
в
Mr. Dmitro Churilov to participate in the next stages of the selection. As far as myself, I also vote to support the future participation of in the next stages of the selection of Mr. Churilov. And Madam Rita, how about you? Your voice?
I also vote for.
Дякую. Пані
Thank you
Анжеліко.
very much, Madam Angelica. Regarding the permission of Mr. Dmitro Churilov into the selection, 6 members of commission voted for, nobody voted against, and nobody abstained. There is another anonymous decision. Well, in this case, we have only one candidate left, following the alphabetic order to review. So we've got Alexander Shulha. He also have turned in all of this set of the documents in the timeline which is set by the commission. Let me just talk for myself that time to time in the work-related matters I was cross-referencing with him. Nevertheless, I do not want to say that I need to self-recuse myself because we are bound in our relationship in some matters. So, Madam Angelica, as I was also studying the documents of Mr. Shulha Alexander, I've discovered that in the year 2008 and 2009, he has graduated from the Odessa National Academy of Law. In 2008, he got the diploma of bachelor. In 2009, he was the received the diploma of medicine. At that time, I was the employee of the academic academy, and perhaps I was taking some exempt from him from the constitutional law and also the exempt from the legal deontology. But honestly speaking, I do not remember the student, and I therefore see no grounds for self-recusal. But it's all up to the colleagues. If necessary, we'll get back to that question. Thank you very much, Madam Angelica. We'll speak out loud of all of these questions that potentially can appear. First of all, the candidate might reach out to us if he would think that there is a need and for us to self-recuse ourselves. And as we study the documents, perhaps there would be some new moments where the members of the commission would take it necessary to raise the question of conflict of interest. But as for this moment, Mr. Shuhav have provided the comprehensive set of the documents, and therefore, if you have no comments, suggestions, or questions, I would suggest that we announce another voting to allow him the opportunity to participate in the next stages of the selections that we would allow him to, that we had with him. Mr. Wolf.
I'm voting with yes, allow him to participate.
Дякую, пане Сергію.
Я
Mr.
голосую
Sergey,
за
I
продовження
vote
пана
to allow Mr. Alexander Shulha to be admitted to the next stages of our selection. Madam Angelica, I vote to support Mr. Alexander Shulha in the selection. Madam Valentina,
Я голосую за
I
участь
want to vote
пана
yes for the
Чурила
participation of Mr. Shulha in the next steps of the selection. And I myself also want to vote to allow Mr. Shulha to participate in the selection. And Madam Rita,
I also vote for.
Дякую.
thank
Пані
you
Анжеліко.
very much, Madam Angelica. Therefore, regarding the admission of Mr. Shulha Alexander in the selection, to support her participation in the selection, 6 members of the commission, nobody voted against, nobody voted to abstain. Another unanimous decision. Wonderful. Therefore, as for this moment, we have covered all of the documents who have turned in their documents to be reviewed by the commission, and therefore, in such a way, the question regarding the admission to the next stages in the selection, we can finish the discussion unless let me you would allow me to talk of a couple of organizational moments for the candidates and everybody else who listens to us. Today, on the resources of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, where we have the web page with the operation of the commissions, and also on our social networks, we would post the list of all of those people who were admitted to the participation into the next stages of our selections, and those who did not receive the support from Commission, and those who were not permitted to participate. And also in the nearest time, we would also publish the minutes with the decisions of the Commission, with all of the explanations regarding the fact on the non-admission of some of the candidates, which is very important in this particular aspect, since all of us who have sent their documents, those who have showed their desire to participate in the selection, they have such an opportunity to appeal the decision of the current commission. And we, as a commission, we also, even though we were talking about that in the separate bullet of our agenda, but nevertheless, I would suggest to the review of the commission that we would select and we would assign that by the 25th of February, which is Wednesday, we allow all of the applicants, those who have turned their documents, and perhaps if you disagree with the decisions that we made today, that you can appeal to the commission with your complaint, and then we would review and we would discuss all of those complaints on the next official meeting of our selection committee. So, dear colleagues, I would suggest that we would vote now to set the deadline, the 25th of February, including the 25th, as the time to allow additional complaints and appeals to be turned to the commission regarding the decisions that was made today. Mr. Wool, do you support that idea, or do you not support, or you abstain?
I support. I'm voting with yes.
Дякую. Пане Сергію.
Mr. Serhiy,
Я голосую за.
I would like to vote yes.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
Madam
Я
Angelica,
голосую за.
I vote yes.
Дякую. Пані Валентино.
Madam
Голосую
Valentina,
за.
I vote yes.
Я теж голосую за.
I also vote yes.
Пані Ріто.
And Madam Rita,
I also vote yes.
Дякую. Пані Анжеліко.
thank you very much.
Щодо можливості
Madam
подачі
Angelica,
скарг
regarding the
на рішення
allowing
комісії
some additional
щодо
time
допуску
to
участі у
do
конкурсі
the
до
complaints and
25
appeals to the
лютого
commission,
включно,
including
за
the
рішенням комісії
25th
проти отримали
of February. 6 members of commission supported that idea. Nobody voted against, or nobody abstained. So please, all of the candidates, all of the applicants who disagree to our today's decisions, you have an opportunity to appeal, and we as the commission, we will study all of the complaints that will be turned our way, and in the nearest meeting we would review and we would make additional decisions regarding accepting or not accepting the statements in the complaints. Regarding the follow-up questions that we had in our agenda, we've got some organizational moments regarding the follow-up steps in the selection, and regarding some dates that we need to allow candidates to prepare. First of all, today, the Commission, with the assistance of the Secretariat of the Cabinet of the Ministers of Ukraine, would publish on all of the official resources in our social networks the taxonomy for the first test, which would be the test to test the knowledge of legislation. So please agree to that, and please know which kind of a legislation will be used for testing. Also, on Monday, on the very same resources, we would publish the examples of tests that you will have to turn in, as they will have to pass to verify your knowledge of legislation. Therefore, you can familiarize yourself with the test and with the options of answers that will be suggested to the questions. So the tests, they basically cover the general questions that are going to be highlighted in rather expanded version of the test that you as participants, you would have to pass. So draw your attention to that. Test number 1 would be the test to the knowledge of the legislation. It is going to be conducted on the 11th of March in the facility of NUTS, and and definitely as far as more detailed information regarding the times and conditions and the specific address, we would post it ahead of time on all of the official resources and social networks of the Selection Commission, and therefore draw your attention to that. And also, in case if there is additional questions, in particular, some of the complaints regarding admission or non-admission, you would be able to send it to the official selection of the Selection Committee, which is mentioned on the website of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, and the Commission would, as soon as possible, review it and provide you with some answers. From my end, as far as the 4 organizational moments that are worth noting, this is it from my end. Perhaps the members of commissions would like to add something else or draw your attention to anything else. You have an opportunity to do that. Thank you. Well, with the consideration of the fact that we have covered the list of the questions that we had in our agenda, I would suggest that we complete our today's meeting. And thank you very much to all of you. And I also hope that there would be an active participation of the candidates who were admitted to the next stages, to all of the next steps in our selection competition. Thank you to all of the members of the commission, and goodbye to all of you. Thank you and goodbye. All the best. Goodbye.